Hey there! I'm super excited to welcome you in a new video type, which is the Art Podcast. Grab a sketchbook or watch me draw while I'm talking about the relation between artists and social medias. To give you a little bit of context, recently I've been shadow banned from TikTok. It means that no one sees my video anymore because I did something wrong, but TikTok won't tell me what. Was it a sound that I use, or was it because I posted too many videos without using TikTok that much? We'll never know. But it bothers me like it once bothered me to lose followers on Instagram, or when my reach was getting worse each day on Facebook. By the way, I quit Facebook a few years ago. And it was the good time for me to remind myself that my art isn't conditioned by social medias and they are just some tools. And I think that it could interest you as well, so here we go. Most of the time, artistic creation are linked with the concept of public. Art becomes art when someone sees it, and it's been forever that artists need to showcase their art. With the social media time, it was seen as a great opportunity for artists to showcase their creation to the world without being blocked by the classic communication channels like television or newspaper or things like that. At the beginning, social media objective was to bring as many people as possible on their platforms, so they were encouraging and supporting a lot of content creators. If no one was creating all this content, no one would scroll on Facebook, Instagram, or any social media. But the final objective of this company are to make money. So, how to make money when you own a platform but you're not creating the content? By selling space to advertisers. But what if the content creators want to show their content to a much larger audience? They could pay too. So they offered this possibility to content creators and it made them earn a lot of money. But it wasn't enough because you're never earning enough money, I guess. So they started to reduce the visibility of content creators to push them to pay for more visibility. And now, as content creators or artists, we are creating content for free for these platforms, and we are asked to pay to access what was once our audience. Actually, it never was our audience. We believed that because it was what we were told, but it wasn't. To have visibility on this social media without paying for ads, content creators found out the concept of algorithm and how to trick them. But for how long? Not much. Each time content creators figure out how to manage the algorithm, it changes. Actually, it's not surprising because the objective is not to allow the content creators to do whatever they want. The objective is to earn money for these specific platforms. So what now? As an artist, we have multiple possibilities to deal with social medias. We can learn the patterns and adapt our creation to it. It's not shameful. You have the right to try to trick the system to make your business works. But it's quite stressful because each time the algorithm changes or the platform changes, you need to adapt, and it's a full-time job as well to be a social media manager. And you can feel pressurized and lacking of creativity to try to fit in the box. We can also not use social media. A lot of artists are using the classic communication channels to work. For example, they're working with newspaper, publishing companies, agents, and so on. But the path could look intimidating. It's not the same thing to post sometimes on your artist page and to call newspaper and publishing companies to try to sell your work. Another possibility is to create your own way to use social media as tool and to adapt it to your creative process. It's what I decided to do, but I'm privileged because my art isn't my main job and I don't have the pressure of getting outcomes of it. Not using completely the system means that your artist page are going to grow slowly, and you will have to be patient. Before, I was quite stressed by the numbers, and each time the algorithm changed, I was overwhelmed. I tried to fit in boxes, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it doesn't, even if I spent a lot of time on it. So I decided, instead of being pressurized by the number, to focus more on my own growing as an artist. Of course, I learned a lot by doing some tests on social media, and now that I found my rhythm, it's because of all the time that I spent and failed and learned. And I also use social media as a motivation tool to be productive. For example, I'm posting twice a week on Instagram, but I try to keep my expectation quite low. For a long time, I've also been stressed because I hadn't a clean and clear fixed art style. I always want to try a lot of art techniques and new stuff, and I was stressed to lose my followers because of that. But you know what? Have fun, grow as an artist, experiment, fail and retry, but mostly have fun, and you'll see that people will probably get more interested or not, but it doesn't mean that your art isn't good. Sometimes it's just the algorithm which is not good. So concretely, what does it mean? I tried a lot of things on Instagram, and like I said, what's working the best for me is to post twice a week. It's a rhythm that I like because it's motivating me to draw, but without getting pressurized by this specific rhythm. It's mine, and it doesn't mean that you're doing bad if yours is different. Don't feel pressurized by that. I'm not publishing everything on social media. If I don't want to show something that I draw, I don't. This year I also tried a lot of different techniques because my main objective is to grow as an artist and to have fun. I'm still trying out some things, and if it doesn't work for me, I'll change the number of time needed to find my rhythm. Maybe these advice are not adapted to you because my number of followers is growing really slowly, and sometimes I'm even losing some on Instagram, but it allows me to avoid being stressed by social media or allowing me to keep the stress level as low as possible, and I'm having fun with this rhythm, so it was the most important thing for me. I hope you enjoy learning more about my relation to social media and that it was a bit interesting for you. I'm super curious to know more about your relation to social media, so don't hesitate to tell me in comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!